Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, I.M.M.E.R just filed an 8K and we're seeing a significant announcement about their shareholder meeting and a dividend payout. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. The company is setting the stage for its annual meeting and rewarding shareholders. But let's dig into what this truly means for investors. Immersion Corporation, or I.M.M.E.R as you'll see on the stock market, has released a current report, essentially an update for investors and regulators. This filing is mainly about two key things: the date for their upcoming annual meeting of stockholders and a declared dividend. First, let's talk about the shareholder meeting. This is where important decisions are made and shareholders can voice their opinions or nominate individuals for the board. The company announced that their annual meeting for the fiscal year ending the 30th of April 2026 will be held on Wednesday, the 7th of October 2026. The specific location will be detailed in their proxy statement, which is like a detailed brochure about the meeting. Now, because this meeting date is more than 30 days different from the previous year's meeting, the company is reminding everyone about the deadlines for submitting proposals or nominating directors. If you are a shareholder and want to bring something to the meeting that is not part of the usual agenda, or if you want to nominate someone to be a director, you need to get your written notice to the company's corporate secretary by the 13th of July 2026. That is just 10 days from when this filing was made. What this means is they are giving you a clear window to act if you have a proposal or a nomination. They're being specific about what information you need to provide, and it all has to follow their bylaws, which are their internal operating rules. Even if you plan to propose something for inclusion in the company's official proxy statement, which is a more formal process governed by Rule 14 and -8 of the Securities Exchange Act, you still have that same the 13th of July 2026 deadline. This is crucial because the company needs enough time to print and send out all the official meeting materials. So, if you are thinking about making a formal proposal, get it in by the 13th of July, making sure it meets all the requirements of Rule 14 and -8. Also, there is a heads up for anyone planning to ask for proxy votes for director candidates who are not the company's official nominees. You also need to provide notice about this by that same the 13th of July deadline, following a specific rule called Rule 14 and -19. This is all about making sure the company and other shareholders know who's being proposed for the board and why, giving everyone a fair chance to review and decide. Moving on to the next important part of this filing, on the 2nd of July 2026, the company announced a quarterly cash dividend. This is basically the company sharing a portion of its profits with its shareholders. The board of directors declared a dividend of $0.075. Per share on the company's outstanding common stock, this dividend will be paid out on the 31st of July 2026 to shareholders who own the stock on the 20th of July 2026. It is important to understand that while this is good news for current shareholders, the company also stated that future dividends are subject to review and approval by the board. This means that this dividend is not a guarantee for the future. The board can change, adjust, or even stop paying dividends based on their review of the company's financial strategy. So think of this as a reward for today, but don't bank on it continuing indefinitely without the company's ongoing commitment. Now, just like many companies, Immersion Corporation included a standard forward-looking statements section. This is essentially a disclaimer. They're saying that anything in this report that isn't a historical fact, like their expectations or estimates about the future, might not actually happen. They're acknowledging that real world events and uncertainties could cause the actual results to be quite different. They are not promising that their future predictions will come true. This is common practice to protect the company from lawsuits if things don't pan out as they hoped. Lastly, under exhibits, they've listed the cover page interactive data file. This is essentially a digital version of their report that is easier for computers to read and analyze, which is often used for regulatory purposes. There are no new financial statements or other exhibits detailed here. So the core news is in the earlier sections. So what is the big picture here for Immersion Corporation? The company is setting clear deadlines for shareholder engagement around their annual meeting, which is good for transparency. They're also distributing a dividend, which is a positive signal to shareholders, showing some confidence in their current financial position. However, the caveat that future dividends are not guaranteed is also important. This filing doesn't reveal any major financial shifts or new strategic initiatives, but it does provide clarity on upcoming processes and a shareholder reward. The risk I am watching is the ongoing uncertainty around future dividend payments as the board reviews capital allocation. What I'm actually looking for is more concrete financial performance details in their next quarterly report to understand the sustainability of these payouts and future growth. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description.